To begin our Sunrise Smart Start, it is back to school day for a lot of our local kids here this morning.
Some still have a couple days left, not the nearly 3,500 students at Brighton as they are getting ready to head back. If you were there from the high school this morning, and the welcome and reminder signs, yes, school starting today. Also, farmers market, if you want to check that out, coming up. The classes, those doors opening very soon. Brockport, Gates, Chi-Li, Webster also going back to the classroom this Tuesday. We here at News 8 hoping for a lot of excitement, fun, seeing all the friends and teachers again. Best of luck on your first day after summer break.
Yeah, now's the time to break out that school bus forecast here, James. I'm thinking, we need the hoodies, the sunglasses as we're standing out at the bus stop.
Yeah, that's right. And your fancy shoes, because you don't have to wear boots on a day like today. Absolutely gorgeous out there. Sunrise was about 10 minutes ago. It is chilly out there. I just went outside and you can feel it. So if you're just hopping off, run into a car, you don't have to worry about that too much. But lower 70s this afternoon, just a picture-perfect day for you across the region. So enjoy that first day of school. Syllabus week starting today.
Yeah,
there you go.
Get the schedule. Expectations getting us to the holiday break. Your sunrise traffic here. 10 minutes ago until 7 o'clock. Please be safe and take it slow out there, especially the first couple of days. Everyone getting used to the new drop-off pickup routes with the buses. Everyone sharing the road. They're all looking okay, at least in terms on the main expressways this morning. Sunrise traffic again in about 30 minutes.
Turning to some breaking news just into our newsroom, a convicted felon has been arrested accused of killing his girlfriend in Rochester last Tuesday.
49-year-old Walter Balcom, who police been searching for days, arrested at a home yesterday in the city. He is charged with manslaughter in connection to the death of 43-year-old Malika Bruner. Police got a call for the victim being beaten by her boyfriend at a house on Hazelwood Terrace. She was found dead on scene. Back in June, we've learned the suspect was arrested and indicted for felony assault linked to a previous attack on the victim. He was released and put on electronic monitoring, and at a hearing 5 days before the homicide, RPD says there were objections to the monitoring order being dropped so the defendant could find work. That's what the defense argued. The prosecution fought against the argument, but the judge sided with the defendant. Balcom will be arraigned this morning at 9:30 on the manslaughter charge.
Two other breaking headlines overnight. A Rochester man is in the hospital after being shot while sleeping in his own home. The scene that we're showing you here around 2 a.m. on Bowman near Weaver Streets. RPD tells us officers rushed to the area over several shots fired, followed by the report of a person shot. The investigation reveals a stray bullet made its way into the home, striking the man who was asleep on his couch. Officers tell us he is expected to survive. Anyone with information on this or any of our top headlines here, you're asked to please call 911. All of our breaking stories will be updated thoroughly on air and online at rochesterfirst.com.
Here are the new details we're learning about this family found murdered after a weekend house fire call quickly turned into a homicide investigation in Irondequoit.
Police now confirm it was a mother, father, and two small children who were found dead inside the home Saturday, and the police chief calls this the worst case he's ever seen. Ron Spitzer joining us live in the studio now with what we know of the investigation so far. Ron.
Yeah, Brennan, Michaela, investigators have spent the long weekend processing the scene and combing through extensive evidence at the family's Irondequoit home on Knapp Avenue. We're told a family of four, mother, father, and their two children, ages 2 and 4, were found dead in the basement. And the pursuit of finding out who's responsible is just beginning. 30-year-old Frame Ubaldo, 26-year-old Marangeli Moreno Santiago, and their two children, 4-year-old Evangeline Ubaldo Moreno and 2-year-old Sebastian Ubaldo Moreno, were all found by firefighters on scene. Police say the family purchased the home within the last few years. The parents have no criminal history or suspicious calls to the residents. What is typically a quiet neighborhood has been shaken with grief. Chief Scott Peters adding in his more than 30-year career in law enforcement, he's never seen anything like this.
It's the worst thing I've ever seen. I'll remember it for life. Simple as that. Just looking at the condition of the bodies, you can tell that these were not wounds consistent with, the bodies didn't have damage to them consistent with being in a fire. Mom was being a mom, protecting her children. Dad, I can't say, but nobody should ever be able to do this or be able to think that they could do that to a child. So let's just leave it at that.
At this time, the exact cause of death for the victims has not been released and no arrests have been made. Guys, back to you.
Ron, thank you. As everyone hearing of this is clearly disturbed, police are resolving to find the, quote, monsters responsible for killing this family found in the basement. And with this homicide investigation continuing on for another day, so many family members, friends, strangers grieving what happened. They are faced with saying goodbye to a young couple and these children. Flowers, balloons, stuffed animals, and more have been put out in front of the family's front doorstep. Police want anyone with information. No piece of evidence is too small to please put away their fear or reluctance to come forward and cooperate, and call the department at 336-6000.
Happening today, a court appearance for the 19-year-old suspect involved in that stolen car chase that killed a 92-year-old man about 2 weeks ago in Brighton. Theophilus Parks, who police say was at the front seat of that stolen car that hit Thomas Chase. He was released from custody last Thursday after posting bail. He's accused of car theft, but his attorney argues there's not enough evidence to support a stolen property charge, asking this to be knocked down to a misdemeanor, further adding that Parks wanted to get out of the car before it crashed. On the flip side there, the assistant district attorney argues that Theophilus knew that the car was stolen when he got in. Today, the judge will decide if there is enough evidence for a grand jury process after listening to a nearly 4-hour interview between the suspect and an investigator. The hearing there starting at 9:30.
Also in court, the brother of that suspect, an alleged driver in the same crash, 17-year-old Theophilus Parks, facing a charge of reckless endangerment as well as murder. He was arraigned last week while still recovering at the hospital. He's due in court in the youth part at 2 this afternoon. Today marks 10 years since RPD officer Pearson was killed in the line of duty.
And Officer Pearson was fatally shot, as we've reported, at point-blank range while chasing a suspect in the area of Hudson Avenue and Ernst Street back in 2014. Officer Pearson was taken to Rochester General Hospital and passed away as the doctors were trying to save his life. He was buried at the Whitehaven Memorial Park on September 10th of that same year. The man who shot Officer Pearson, Thomas Johnson III, was sentenced to life in prison for aggravated murder of a police officer.
We'll have more news coming your way at about 7:25. For now, here at Sunrise, James, final check of that weather.
Yeah, low 70s this afternoon. It is a cold start, but a nice finish to the day. Average high is upper 70s, so we are down from both the low and the high temperature. We do see numbers slowly improve just about day to day. Tomorrow will be a bit warmer. We'll go mid to upper 70s. And then low 80s for you on Thursday. Friday's still warm there, but so we bump up on the cloud coverage and wait for the rain. That rain likely comes on Saturday. Could be real heavy at times, scattered showers and thunderstorms. And then Sunday's kind of the back edge. We're still trying to figure out how long that storm system lingers, but I do expect it to be much cooler for the Bills game there, and also with the rain showers.
Yeah, buses and Bills. It's a new month, new season there.
So much going on.
Hope everyone has a great first day of school, everybody. We'll see you back here in 30.
Have a good day.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather.